Well,
Hey everybody, welcome back to Hashing It Out. We're back for
we are
another
back.
episode. We left for a couple of weeks. Now we're back. Right? No, wait. At this time, we will have left for like less than a week. Anyways, welcome. We got an episode for you coming up. Corey, how you been?
I have been very busy
Why though?
working.
Tell the people why.
Why? What do you mean why? I have a kid and I work a lot.
They don't know that, man. Tell them otherwise. Like, you know, you got two kids. I
Two
feel
kids.
sorry for one of your
I
kids.
have a new kid and an old kid and a not new kid. Yeah, it's been a lot of traveling and working, and we're dealing with kids and so on and so forth. But uh, also like getting back a swing of podcasts. We got a pretty sweet like lineup coming at you. This is an episode that we don't this type of episode we don't normally do. And I got excited because the Kieran Foundation reached out, talked about hyping up Devcon, and I really enjoyed going to Devcon. And we're like, yeah, we'll talk about Devcon and what it is and what's going on and why you should go and all that. So we did that for once, but there's not something we normally do. It wasn't like a technical show. It was like a hey, why should you go to Devcon? But it's like the greatest crypto conference that I've been exposed to. So it was a no-brainer to bring them on and talk about it.
Yeah, man. We talked about our stuff. What is DevCon? When's DevCon? Why is DevCon?
How to apply to Devcon.
How?
How to not get arrested at Devcon.
Yeah, that's an important part. How to not get arrested at DevCon and accidentally land in a Thailand prison, right? You don't want those problems, right? So
I like that we
toast
didn't plan for that. We didn't like plan to talk about that one. That one just came up like naturally
yeah,
on what not to do. And then it's like, oh, don't talk about the monarchy or you go to jail.
yeah, that's a big one, huge big one. Don't talk
Just
about
continuing to say it out loud so that you don't do that if you go to Devcon.
that. Don't mention anything Monarch related. That's gonna save you a lot. Why? Okay, so DevCon is dope. You're gonna hear all about it here in just a minute when we talk to him. By the way, Corey, I've been well too.
Oh
More of
yeah,
the same for you.
it's odd because I know what you've been doing, so I didn't ask. It's just a matter of forgot how to podcast for a second.
Well, it's poor kids, and one of them entering the school system here in the States has been a juggle. But we're making it through. We're surviving. Other than that, not much has been brewing, man. I wish, what's funny is I was listening to our older stuff. We did a lot more fun stuff when we weren't.
If you listen to some of for those that don't know who may be like tuning in for us for the first time, me and Dee started podcasting in June of 2015, and that was called the Bitcoin Podcast. And if you look back in the episodes of this the Logos feed, you'll get all those, and they're great and they're hilarious. Don't judge us because our professionalism was non-existent, and it's really fun though. It was a time of no responsibilities, according to Christian, our producer, and she's very right. We didn't have jobs in the industry. We were just talking about the industry. The industry was a lot smaller. We were a lot younger, so we were less reserved.
You want to spend thousands of dollars on video cards? And I was, yeah, sure, no problem.
I mean, I still do that. That hasn't changed at all.
Oh, see, that's changed. I can't approach my fiance and be like, "Hey, can I spend about $8,000 on video cards?" She'll be like, "What is?"
I call it a business expense. She doesn't know what I'm doing. It's fine.
It's a business expense.
I need this for work.
But yeah, go have a listen to that stuff. Right before we get into the interview, let's do some of the stuff that we don't do well that we just need to do. Just get a little bit better at it over the years. We got some calls to action for you guys listening right now. If you're listening on a podcast app and you're walking, right, and this somehow entered your life from your feed, from the algorithm, why don't you follow us, right? Hit follow and hit a heart on this, right? And then if you're watching on YouTube, we really need you to like and subscribe, right? Please do that. All right, we know you're out there. I look at the data. It's not even great. Like 95% of y'all watch us and just like, okay, I'll see him when I see him. But you could like and subscribe, and then you get to see us on a bi-weekly basis, right? So do that. Just do that right now. But anyways, let's get into this interview. We have Skylar and we have Natan. Definitely not.
Screw that one up first. Definitely not Nathan.
Yeah, definitely not Nathan. Natan. from the Ethereum Foundation, and they're organizing Devcon. So here it is. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a very special episode. This one's special because we have some guests with us that are coordinating Devcon. And if you don't know what Devcon is, you showed up to the right episode. This is the perfect one to have clicked on your Spotify app that I hope you're following us on, like and subscribe. And this is the one where we're going to tell you all about Devcon, a little bit of the history of Devcon, and how you can get to it this year. So without further ado, we have with us Skylar and Nathan Sexer. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into it. And I think it's really important that we start with what is Devcon and why is it the absolute must conference to attend if you are an Ethereum enthusiast or work in Ethereum. It's the one. It's the it's the grand conference.
Yeah, totally. So Devcon is the Ethereum Developers Conference, right? So it started back actually before Ethereum even launched. And the first Devcon was 2014. So we're coming up on now 10 years of Devcon. And yeah, back then it was really just like a for the developers. Now it's beyond just Ethereum developers. It's beyond just developers. We cover a lot of Ethereum, but also cover a lot of like the future of technology and of like computing and of society in general. And so it's not just for developers, it's for anyone who's interested in learning about the frontier of technology and learning more about Ethereum, whether you're technical or not.
Yeah, over the past, like I've been through quite a few. I think my first was in Cancun, I want to say.
Nice.
Maybe
2017.
something like that. Yeah, that's about right.
Damn, so long.
We went on behalf of the podcast actually a long time ago.
Nice.
It was like our first situation where like the podcast paid for us to go on something. Anyway, every DevCon that I've been to has like a number of tracks, right? Where like individual talks line up with a specific type of category or topic. And those kind of change based on the theme of each DevCon. Can you talk about like what that theme is and the associated tracks?
Yeah, that's on.
Yes. So this year I would say we don't have a general theme except the fact that it is in Southeast Asia and that we will have like a strong impact until Devcon with the road to Devcon. Lots of events happening until Devcon in November. But we do have 10 tracks this year covering topics like applied cryptography, but also security, core protocol, of course, layer 2s. That layer 2s will be big. And maybe if one track stands out a little bit this year, it's the real world Ethereum track, where we will try to showcase real world use cases of Ethereum, like used in the real world with like concrete and like tangible use cases of people using Ethereum and people building cool stuff on Ethereum. So I would say this is one big theme, but if we had to have one, I would say. Skylar, do you want to add something on that?
Yeah, I think the tracks are a big indicator of like what we're overall trying to showcase at Devcon, right? Like we don't enter Devcon with a massive, like a big theme, like this is the year of X, Y, and Z. We think every year, I mean, there's so much going on within the Ethereum space. There's so many different people who are interested in working on this. There's so many different domains that like choosing one and sticking with that, I feel like that would be quite difficult. And so we have a lot of different tracks for different people. And this year we're experimenting with some like unique days at Devcon. So like we will have some day-long sessions at Devcon. That one of those will be the DAC session, which we have yet to actually public announce. So this is some alpha.
Ooh.
But
exclusive.
Yeah. Exclusive. This will be. I don't know if you read the post, the article from Vitalik about. It's called "My Techno Optimism," where he he shows a little bit about the EAC community and the EA community, and proposes an alternative around DAC, defensive accelerationism is one way to say it. And so there will be a bunch of like AI community experts and a lot of discussions around defensive accelerationism and crypto's role in that at Devcon this year. So that's one we're excited about. Another one is like programmable cryptography, which we can also go into, which is like cryptography, but not necessarily crypto in the way that we think of it. And so we're excited for some of those sessions as well.
Ooh,
wait, sorry, defensive accelerationism? What is? I guess I'm gonna have to go to Devcon to figure out what that is. I guess
it's the whole AI machine learning stance on how do we treat it, how do we regulate it, how do we think about it growing, etc. And there's a lot of camps based on like, we should regulate the living hell of it now, we should let it go free reign. What are it's almost like the what's like lunar punk versus solar punk aspect of crypto, and optimistic or pessimistic view on if this thing blows up, what happens, and how do we control that / facilitate it.
Yeah, well put, well explained. It is actually quite similar to the solar punk, lunar punk discussions. So we're super excited about that, and crypto plays a big role in like this defensive technology. Like it's like, I think it's overall taking the view that like, yes, technology has historically been extremely beneficial for society. Like this is kind of what the effective accelerationists say, right? They say like that crypto has historically been, or not crypto, technology has historically been extremely good for society. There's always been skeptics saying that technology is bad for society. But if we look back, like on net, it has been really good and positive for society, and we should just continue to accelerate. And AI is no different. And then you look at like the EA camp, the effective altruist camp, and like basically they kind of say that that like this is different. This time is different. Like we're not just creating a technology, we're creating arguably like a new species. And this is something we should think deeply about and probably just pause altogether for now. And so like the DAC camp kind of takes this middle ground, saying like, okay, like technology has in large been good for society, and we should continue to advance technology, but we should do it intentionally here, because this is something that's risky and more dangerous than we've dealt with in the past. And so that's kind of the whole argument behind this defensive accelerationism. Like we should advance technology that has like defensive properties to it. One of those technologies is crypto. Like crypto is like a defensive technology, right? Like it is like no matter how much someone wants to attack your crypto, your wallet, try to break into your seed phrase, like they like ultimately cannot. Unless they bring in the wrench, or we like one of these like side channels. But I think like ultimately it's a defensive technology, and so that's one of the sessions we'll have at Devcon. It'll be a full day. We're super excited about it.
Yeah, I'm super excited about going to the one that shows how ETH is used in the real world, because there's like, so I'm a big like what do you call it, evangelist, Corey? Like whenever I find something I like, everybody's gonna hear about it.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't matter what it is. It could be like, man, I just found out. By the way, guys, pineapple Jello is fucking fire, and that's for everybody here and anybody listening.
Anything that he likes, people will hear about it.
But a lot of people always ask me, especially family members and friends over the years, is like, what do I even do with crypto besides look at this number? And I'm like, there's a whole new world out there for you. You just gotta dive in and hope you don't lose that number, right? So, I'm real excited to see that track. So, when is Devcon this year? Give us some dates.
Devcon this year is in November. November 12th to 15th in Bangkok, Thailand.
That's such good timing. You know why it's good timing for you guys? Because you organize it. Because that's right. I'm going to get back from there, and I'm going to be able to tell all my family members about it at Thanksgiving dinner. I'm going to tell, there's going to be nothing else we'll talk about. Is all the cool stuff that I saw at Devcon. So it's like perfection.
How was that planning work in terms of like picking the place and the time? Like how did y'all come together on Southeast Asia and this particular time?
Yeah, the time frame, we consistently do Devcon at the end of the year. We think it's like a good time to get the community together, like the entire global community, right? And like recap, what have we accomplished over this past year? And realistically now it's 2 years, right? So like we haven't had a Devcon for 2 years now. The last one was in 2019 in Bogota. So this one's even like more special, even more to recap. and the search kind of starts with a like regional focus. So we were looking at many different regions. We actually put out a request for proposals from the communities to like around the world to propose different places to bring DevCon. And considering all of those, and considering also where DevCon has been in the past, we really honed in on Southeast Asia. Like we think there's a lot of opportunity in Southeast Asia. It hasn't been, we haven't brought a DevCon to Southeast Asia before, and then we just started the search for specifically where in Southeast Asia. Visited a bunch of countries and venues, trying to find both like a place that is like a venue that works size wise, logistically, it's available. A country that is friendly with visas, right? So like we have like an entire global community coming to this event, and we want to find a country that is like really welcoming. We want to find a country that also has like community and like active people working within the Ethereum ecosystem in this country. And yeah, and ultimately like we found a really good venue available in Bangkok, and 4 dates that we were aiming for, and the visa policy and the international accessibility with the airports there are pretty good. And so we're excited about Bangkok, excited about Thailand, and think it's like a really good opportunity for a lot of the community to come together there.
I think I want to give people like a sense of scale here, right? Because like event coordination is hard. Event coordination of an event this large is way harder, right? And so like I've understood that because I've been going to them for a decade or so. Can you talk about like kind of the magnitude of what you're expecting this DevCon to be? Like how many people are we talking about?
Yeah, Natan, you want to take some of that?
Yeah, this year we are expecting more than 10,000 attendees. So it will be the biggest DevCon to date. Yeah,
that's so many people.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And every year it's kind of like starting over. Like many places do the same event in the same place every year, and there's a lot of efficiencies that come from that, and like streamlining that as possible. And for us, it's kind of like starting over each year, finding a new place, new venue, making new connections, like learning different culture. And so yeah, it is a lot, but like we've put in time since last DevCon for almost 2 years now. By the time DevCon rolls around, it will have been 2 years of us working on this event. And we really, really want it to be like a top quality event.
So what's on top of that, which I don't think people, a lot of the people who work in crypto, as you mentioned, like is fully distributed across the globe. And a lot of projects leverage these types of events to then get together and do work as well, or like show off what they're doing that's kind of peripheral to the Ethereum community or very much in line. So there's this like a tremendous amount of side events, and those number of side events have grown substantially over the years. So like not only do you have that many people on the main event, but you have so many side events that are in a similar vein of thing, which is like a bunch of extra stuff. So like you talk about those a little bit, or anything you're interested in, or things that are happening that are relevant to DevCon that people should know about?
Yeah, Natan, what side events do you know that are coming?
So we know some events that will be coming to Thailand throughout the month of November, not only in Bangkok but also Chiang Mai and other cities. I think we've heard that Zuzalu will be coming, maybe doing things. This is like a pop-up city community that goes all over the world, and that would be very interesting to have. There will be many places where people can come earlier than DevCon and attend other events. During DevCon, we do not expect a lot of side events actually, and we think that most attendees will be present at DevCon. There will be some, but we encourage actually like event organizers to organize maybe before or after DevCon. But like DevCon itself will be a very, very busy 4 days. So yeah, there will be a lot of.
So there will be side events like right before DevCon, right after DevCon, definitely like a lot of side events. I've already seen like Banklist announce their big side event right after DevCon, the Saturday afterwards. Right before, there's going to be like Dune Conf. I think there's going to be a Summit event. There will be a local event that we're supporting called Ethereum Southeast Asia Day. There will be a lot. There'll be a lot. But I think what Natan mentioned there is kind of important. And I saw this tweet recently. It was like, is Devcon one of those events where I should buy the main ticket, or should I just show up for the week and just try to attend the side events? And like, I'll give you a hint. Like, Devcon is the one where you should try to get the main ticket. Like, you should go.
I agree. I definitely go to Devcon. Like, both are great. Go to the main event, from my experience at least. Like, shameless plug, by the way. We will have a side event. We have a bunch of offsites from all the different projects within the IFT, but we are doing a large side event on November 11th at Slow Combo, and that's the Parallel Society Congress. So a lot of what we do is like fostering the idea of network states infrastructure for society building, things like this. So if you're looking at something that's akin to the Parallel Polis movement, I'd say go to that.
Very cool. Full day event, Monday the 11th. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. That's awesome. Have you done it before?
No, we did one in Paris during FC. What event was that? We did a Logos event in Paris. I forget what particular.
ECC.
That was ECC, was it?
It was.
Oh, yeah, we did one of those. That was kind of like a launch thing, and we started to kind of build up. We had a meetup in Athens, but that was more of like a impromptu, like, hey, we're here. Let's just cater the local community, talk about what we're doing. Not like this one's more of like a full-fledged planned event, so it should be pretty interesting.
Corey, you get to get your hand in event planning with that Athens trip. You got to dabble.
That was just an offsite, so yeah, I had to plan the offsite because I run a bunch of that stuff. So that was fun. I have an inkling of an idea of what event planning is like, and I don't envy the work that you two have to go through every year or 2 years.
So I guess the more let's get into some philosophical reasons, the why, right? Like, why should someone go to Devcon in an industry where it's like, in my opinion, it's a little saturated with conferences. It's like every week it's like, hey, come to the conference. People are talking, and it's like every week almost. So it's like, why should someone come to Devcon as like the ultimate, like, gotta come to this one if you're going to come to any?
Yeah,
I can take this one. I can start at least. I think so for many reasons. Devcon is very unique. First, I think it is a place where you should expect a lot of technical content, not only technical content, but a lot of it. And there is no promotional content. There is no shit at all. It's really focused on technical aspects of all the projects and things we can talk about. Also, it is probably the best place to get an update on the Ethereum protocol. But so this is important to notice. But also not only Ethereum stuff, like all related topics to Ethereum, like distributed networks, and we mentioned that a couple of times. But like programmable cryptography, like crypto economics, also like all these, let's say, side topics that are super relevant to Ethereum, but we talk a bit less about, I guess. But that very part of our ecosystem. I think Devcon is really the place to fully understand the ecosystem and understand what is going on, and not only about Ethereum but all surrounding technologies, I would say.
Yeah, that's really a great summarization of why to go.
Everyone's there.
Everyone's there.
I mean, it really is the event. Like, there's a couple Ethereum-based events where a lot of people try and ensure that they're there, but Devcon is the one where like everyone always plans to be there. It's like every year, like, okay, we're doing Devcon, and then what? It's kind of like when I think about how individual groups kind of plan their year for traveling.
Yes, exactly. This is like we are a remote community of people all over the world, and this is the place where we meet once a year. And so you have everyone. And actually, we've done surveys of like, why are you going to Devcon, or why are you waiting for Devcon? And it's about like meeting people, and this is something that that everyone talks about. Like you go to Devcon to also meet people, of course, get amazing content and like exclusive news and stuff like that, but you will meet a ton of people for sure.
More often than not, I find myself going to a talk at my previous Devcons and then getting stopped in the hall by seeing someone that I like, and then never going to the talk because I keep having great conversations with people that I've either already know or meet, and ended up spending all my time afterwards watching the content that I was trying to get to in the first place.
Classic.
It's the Catalina wine mixer, right? it's the Sorry, Nathan. That's like an American reference. But anyways,
Ethereum, yeah.
Yeah. On top of that, right, we have like you mentioned, it's so many different people from so many different walks of life coming together in some city around the world, and it's always different. Like with respect to South, like I've had a lot of differing experiences from my previous DevCons based on like where it actually takes place. What should people be ready for going to Southeast Asia that aren't necessarily like familiar with the area?
Yeah. I mean, I think first, like maybe just why do we even bring DevCon around to different locations? Like for one, we try to bring this like the global Ethereum community to a specific place to like introduce this place, this region, or expose this region to Ethereum to some degree. And like recently, we've been really focused on, I would say, like developing regions or frontier regions or like emerging regions, because like I think a lot of us believe that that's the place where crypto can have some of the biggest positive impact today. And I think this is also very true of Southeast Asia. And so we're bringing it there, first of all, to like expose, like make it more accessible to the people that are there to attend this event, to meet the community, to learn more. And I also think it's like a really good way for our global community to learn more or like get exposed to these places where crypto can have a real impact today, right? Like there is a significant portion of the community that still like lives in the US or lives in Europe and maybe doesn't face the same challenges that crypto can really solve in some of these other places in the world where realistically most of the people live in the world. And bringing DevCon to these places kind of like makes it more apparent or helps educate our global community about like reminds them maybe like why are we working on what we're working on, like what ultimately do we want to achieve. And so that's a little bit like why we even bring it around to different places and why we don't just hold DevCon in the US or Europe every year, where it might be more convenient for some people who are more active in the community or whatever. But what do they need to expect? I'd say like compared to past DevCon. So, I mean, 2 years ago, we went to Bogota. There was a lot of like FUD and fear online on Twitter before it happened.
There was.
And I mean, I had a blast. I think everyone I talked to had a blast. I think there was like very minimal, if nothing at all, like issues that have happened. Sure, I think some people got pickpocketed and maybe lost their cell phone. And this is a risk probably anywhere we go, maybe probably including Thailand. But I would say even though like Thailand is in Southeast Asia more broadly a very safe place to go. So I wouldn't be worried about safety as much as maybe people were worried before. Still, anytime you're like with a bunch of people, particularly in the crypto industry, particularly in industry that's gaining more and more attention, like you have to be careful. You have to like be aware. In any of these tourist places, there's always like, I don't know, pickpocketing and common petty crime like that. So something also to be aware of. But what else to prepare about? I mean, the languages maybe for many people it could be difficult. At least for me, who's like,
I got nothing on it. I got nothing.
yeah. So I think maybe for European Western, like it's gonna be more challenging, but maybe for a lot of people who are living in Asia. And like the cool thing about bringing DevCon there is we are making it more accessible to all those who are living in Asia or part of the community. I don't know, Natan, what would you say? What should people prepare for?
Get some rest, folks.
That's a
very,
big one.
very intense week. Yes.
That is something that's people don't
hydrate,
sleep, like
sleep,
get some
stretch, sleep. Right? The basic stuff. By the way, I just realized it's Natan and not Nathan.
Both work.
Yeah, that's how Americans bastardize your name.
It was so funny because in my mind, I'm so American. I was like, he's saying his name wrong. That's. I wonder if Nathan knows he's saying his name wrong. No, sorry, Nathan.
It took me a while as well. I still, I mean,
in my defense, my brother's name is Nathan, right? So I was like, but anyways, yeah, I'm really excited. I want to tell this to the rookie podcasters out there, and I call you rookies because I've been in this game for over a decade. Sorry, other podcasters, but you just ain't got it. Like, look at these grays. Zoom in on these. We do 4K. You can zoom in on these. This is an opportunity for you guys to get a great lineup of content for what you want to speak to, right? One of the best times that I had I went to 2 DevCons, but the best time I had is on these lunch breaks when everybody's starving and eating the shitty food. Sorry, no offense to you guys. It's usually but when everyone's starving and scarfing down that ham and cheese sandwich or whatever it is, there's an opportunity to speak to the people that just gave a talk. There's an opportunity to speak to people that are clearly having vibrant conversations about what they're building and why they're there. You just network and you meet all kinds of people. I think the first time I went to Cancun with the Devcon in Cancun, I think it was number 3. I think I had left with about 75 names and entities that I could contact afterwards. And we had content built out for like a year, right? And that's just from one conference. And then the second one I went to in Prague, it was more of the same, right? And you're going to meet people and see people there that are going to be future success stories in this industry. So for you podcasters out there, especially, go, right? And record as much as you can and talk and ask people stuff. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. So no question. Just want to talk about how awesome it is.
He got one of my favorite stories from D is he got shunned by Vitalik. Well, he says shunned by Vitalik because he
is that right?
He like ran up on him asking some questions. He's like, dude, I'm talking.
False. Don't make me the enemy here. Don't make me the enemy here. All right. So it was after he gave a talk and he came out in the lobby and there was a long line of people like waiting to talk to him. So I understand social cues. I got in the line and I was like, I'm going to speak to Vitalik soon. And when I was at the front of the line, it looked like there was a break in the conversation between who was before me. And they were like kind of walking away. So I was like, hey, Vitalik, how you going? Because he was going to come on our show soon. So I want to introduce myself. And I was like, hey, man, how's it going? He just like did the like, excuse me, I'm having a conversation. And I was like, damn. All right.
You should have seen the years of butthurt after this.
Yeah. When I was younger, I was like, fuck
you
that
still
guy.
having a show?
Huh?
Oh, it's been on a show multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was a younger guy then. I was like, and Vitalik is an asshole. I don't care what you guys think. But yeah, that was funny. But I don't blame him. It was like maybe there were more interesting people to talk to, I guess, at that point.
So funny. Well, everyone can get their shot trying to talk to Vitalik, but yeah,
he's got a swarm around him now.
It's a response.
Something that I've always enjoyed about going to these is I think this is the best of the events throughout the like bigger name events in the year for the Ethereum community, of getting the underlying, like, as you listen to the talks, you see the people, you hear what people are talking about, kind of hear like the commotion around things. Like you get the general feel of like, I don't know the better word, the meta of Ethereum and where it's going, what the problems are, what it's being applied to. Like you just being immersed in all of this, you get a real good sense of like where we're at as a community and a technology that I don't think you can get in a lot of the other events, really.
Yeah, I think 100%, right? Like you, I think it's a really good event for like skeptics to go to. Like I think not only do you understand like more about the meta, right, but you understand a little bit more about like why people are there, right? You get to see who's actually behind this movement. What are they talking about? What are they working on? One thing you won't see is like price talks or investment advice or trading talks or anything like this, which is probably what most people.
You will see a lot of VC people in the crowds.
Okay, maybe in the crowds, yeah. Okay, there will be VCs there, yes, like in the crowds, but they will largely not be on stage, right? Like I think largely not, yeah. And I think that's like I don't think that's true with a lot of other crypto conferences, right? If you go to the crypto conferences, you'll see literally like, I don't know, what's the best investment strategy or things like this. And I think it's a good place for skeptics who are not sure what Ethereum is or only know of Ethereum through like mainstream media articles or news or only Twitter to actually get a better understanding of like what the community, who is the community, why are they there, what are they on. So yeah, I couldn't agree more.
If you have a shortage of shirts and stickers, it's definitely a good place to go to.
That too, yeah.
We'll have a lot of shirts at the end of this. Back to it's swearing them.
So many shirts.
Which one's that?
This is actually from Prague. It's Status. F Berlin a long time ago. No, I guess this is Berlin because it says Berlin on it. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, this year our swag is pajama pants. So if you're short of pajama pants, Devcon supplies.
I like a good pair of pajama pants. Are they breathy? Is there air in there? Like,
I guess
hammer pants.
So I guess like what they really are, they're elephant pants, but they don't have elephants on them. So so we didn't want to call them elephant pants, but so they're like they're flowy pants.
I'm gonna have to look at this. I'm gonna look up elephant pants.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I don't know what that is. It's like hammer pants. Hammer pants. Awesome. Sweet.
Is Amin showing up this year?
Who?
He's always there.
Amin will be there. I'm sure.
That dude. I think he had just started building. What is it? Freak token? No, it's not.
Spank chain.
Spank chain.
Okay.
Spank chain, and he was just walking around in like a Hugh Hefner robe and tidy whities, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" Little did I know he was like, now the Amin that everyone knows. But it was just a great sight to see. What from all the DevCons that you guys have organized / been to, do you guys have any moments where you're like, God, this community is like one of a kind? I'm gonna be coming to DevCon forever because of it. Like,
maybe I would say my first DevCon was that way. I mean, I showed up to DevCon 3 in 2017, same one that Corey went to in Cancun, as a volunteer, and I just showed up as a volunteer. I was actually the photographer, a photographer, and at that event was where I was like, oh, okay, like this is a pretty like legitimate movement. This community is super cool. I don't really understand a lot of what they're talking about, but I think they're really passionate about it and it seems like quite interesting. And I was a developer as background. Like I was just there kind of I wanted to learn more. And I was like, after that, I was like, okay, yeah, this is the community I'm going to try to contribute to. And there's definitely some future here. And DevCon was basically what inspired me to get involved in the Ethereum community and like showed me what I didn't see online, what I hadn't seen from talking to other people in general. It's something you can kind of like only experience in these in-person events, I feel like.
Very true. What about you, Natal?
Hard to tell, but maybe DevCon Bogota 2 years ago was like the biggest DevCon also to date, and the scale of it was just so impressive. And meeting like it was not 10,000, it was 6,000 people if I remember correctly, and the venue was magnificent. It was also in Colombia, and you could feel also the local vibe and the effort that has been put into like engaging with the community. I was not part of the DevCon team back then, so I'm not even biased there. But you could feel the impact that DevCon had in the region, and that was something quite intense. And also that was the time when the CAN abstraction was coming, and there was a lot of talk about that, and you could feel that we were really on the verge of like reaching to like the next level. And I think this year will be also like the next step of that. So I'm quite excited about this year too.
Nice.
What about you guys? You guys have good stories at DevCon?
I have so many good stories about DevCon.
Oh,
I don't know how many I can say on the air though.
What do you mean? This is a podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Okay, great. I remember we'd been doing podcasting under a different brand called the Bitcoin Podcast in 2015, and we covered the whole industry. It was like a big B Bitcoin, because back then it was mostly Bitcoin, and big B Bitcoin meant the technology. So we went to DevCon because it was the obviously largest Ethereum conference at the time, which wasn't actually that big at the time, but still the largest and main one. And it was in Cancun. And I remember it was like, I forgot the area, but basically you had to walk through like, virtual America in Mexico to get to this venue. And you had took a couple back alleys and whatnot to get there. And I remember like when we were walking by, there's always people kind of soliciting you for things. And they didn't speak English very well. So they kind of give you hand signals and they'd be like, hey, you want pizza? Like, no, do you want a hamburger? And you do a little circle. He's like, do you want pizza? We're like, no, man, leave us alone. He's like, you want pussy? We're like, oh shit, that's a heavy escalation from food. And I couldn't stop talking about it. And then we talked to, this is back when my crypto people were still my Ether wallet. And so we talked with, Taylor and Jordan and them, and went to dinner with them, and we brought up this conversation laughing about it. Like, they're like, us too. And they experienced the exact same thing. It's like, apparently a lot of people got solicited this way in some way, shape, or form on the way in Cancun. And so we ended up making t-shirts for it of like, hamburger, pizza, and then like the Ethereum logo.
We got those shirts somewhere. They sold out quick.
I still got mine.
We didn't sell them. We just had 5 shirts for us, but they were great.
I can see all the stories of like just goofy ass stuff like that happening.
For me, I like the like, I don't know. I always like to surround myself with people like infinitely smarter than me. Right? So it just helps. Like, can you imagine being a fly on the wall in like a NASA meeting? And you're like, damn, you motherfuckers are really trying to go to Saturn? I gotta hear this shit. Right. So that's where I feel like when I go to Devcon. And I just remember moments like when in Cancun, when Vitalik explained, it was one of the first times he had like really broken down, okay, this is what Ethereum could be. And I just saw it was very clairvoyant. And then Peter, I get this name really wrong, but his name is Peter Slagey. Slagey?
I want to say it.
Get that right.
Everyone botches it. Right. Trust me. Everyone botches it, but so it's okay.
Yeah.
But at the time, he was like pitching a wallet that he was building. And I guess he had done so much development that he memorized the public address and he was typing in the whole public address like really fast every time he was doing his demo. And I was like, what kind of person is this? And he was just like, oh, wait a second, I don't want to copy the address because no one copies the address. And I was like, oh, guess I'm fucked because I always copy mine. And he was like, and he did all caps and the hex, it was perfect. And I was like, what kind of people are building this technology? And that was another moment where I was like, yeah, I gotta start learning more and talking to more people that build it. And then in that same conference, I saw, this blew my mind at the time. Someone made an RC car robot pay a bridge robot in Ethereum for the bridge to open. Like it was one of those, it was just models on the stage. And they built a bridge model that could, do that little deal like when a boat goes underneath it. And they made an RC car drive up to the bridge and then stop and send an Ethereum transaction to the bridge. And the bridge opened and then the robot went through. And I was like, man, we're going to be paying robots are paying robots. Jobs are over. Like jobs are done. Like we might as well start writing poems. Like, what are we even doing? Right. So just moments like that happen at Devcon where you realize, okay, there's a lot of really smart people doing really, really great development and design. And it's a good industry to be a part of. So,
yeah, come to Devcon, be surrounded by superhumans who type out their public address manually.
By memory. Like, come on now.
Don't do that, guys. Don't.
Yeah, don't do that. Still, yeah, that's a good thinking. Thank you, Natan. Don't. We might even need Christian like a public service announcement. Don't ever do that.
Yeah. There's one person on Earth.
It was a demo. It was a demo for deploying test nets. I forgot the name of it off the top of my head, but it's what ended up being used to deploy Goerli.
No way.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We should probably do some standard issue promo stuff, right? Like tickets are on sale right now. Are there any coupon codes out there?
Where to go? We're going to expect if there's like special deals for certain types of people that you're trying to kind of foster getting in.
Mm-hmm.
Natan, you got this?
So we have like the builder discounts. So people from the area for sure will have access to like special prices. That's the ones on top of my head.
Yeah, so there's builder discounts, right? So anyone who, if you're like a builder in the ecosystem, like if you're independently building something, if you're a developer, or if you're like a community builder, you don't have to be technical, and you care about Ethereum, you know a lot maybe, or you really want to learn more, you should apply for the builder discount, and it reduces your ticket to half price. And if you're a builder, the same qualification, but from Southeast Asia or nearby regions, we include also like India, Pakistan, some regions like that as well. You can apply for an even further reduced builder discount. If you're a student, you get a discount. If you're a professor, you get a discount. If you are, if you want to volunteer, you can apply to get a discount. If you're under 18 or under 20, I think you get a discount as well.
If you contribute also to open source software, if you're a core protocol developer and you're listening to that podcast, you also get a 100% discount. So good to know.
Yeah. If you're active in DAOs, if you voted in DAOs, active on like a Tally, you're also eligible for discount. So lots of discounts for those who don't want to bother with the discounts or just want a ticket or don't qualify for those. The tickets are available on sale. I think now there's waves that go out every week. So wait for the wave to come, set a reminder, and then try to get one before they run out. And
what about speaker applications? Is that over yet?
Speaker applications just closed, actually. Yeah. So
do mine.
Yeah.
I even reminded you.
I reminded myself 16 times. It's just I had one this year too.
They closed on August 4, and we received a lot of applications and probably the record-breaking amount of applications and amazing applications. So I think, in terms of content, we're super excited about that as well.
Damn it. Nice. I had a good one. I just have to watch and talk to people.
Who are you guys most excited to see?
I would say one thing also. There will also be like we'll have some other like things at Devcon, like discussion corners. Like there will be a ways for people to get together and host kind of informal discussions or informal, like they can sign up last minute for this type of stuff. There will be a lot of community hubs as well. So if you have a community, like last year we had a women's community, a refi regen community. They will have we're offering up some physical space within the venue for these communities to have some space and do their own form of programming there or their own form of gatherings. And all of this is online on our Twitter, on our forum at forum.devcon.org.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
What's a faux pas? What do you not want to do at DevCon? What's going to get you like some angry looks?
Oh, that's good. Nitan?
Hard question. I don't know.
What do you mean? I mean, they like you shouldn't get up there. Don't shill your token. Don't offer investment advice. Don't like sell your NFT. In general. Oh, also like even if you're working on a really cool project, I would say try not to shill that project specifically. Like DevCon should be educational, right? Like what we're here to do is like talk about helping others build their projects or build on top of Ethereum or improve Ethereum. We're talking about why are we even working on Ethereum in general and doing education around that. And so maybe use your project as an example or learnings from your project and share that instead of like shilling your specific project. Like we don't really allow like project promotions or project pitches at DevCon. It's not what it's for. Those I would say are some faux pas, maybe more specific to Thailand. Don't talk about the monarchy at all. There's punishable up to like a lot of years in prison, and they're pretty serious about it, I guess.
Damn, we should have said that earlier in the show.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, supposedly you could talk about monarchies in general, but you should not talk about the Thai monarchy. And I think another thing is like, I guess like Thai bot-backed stablecoins are illegal in Thailand. So I guess probably don't suggest that right now.
Any hand signals that are common that like, or mean like, fuck you or something?
I don't think so. That's good. We should. I think you should just try some out and see if you get it.
Yeah, that last was a big one, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're from a country where you can openly criticize things. You better leave that shit at the door, right? Don't leave it at home. Don't pack it. Just be a tourist because it's serious. So
yeah, you can criticize a lot of things around, not the just avoid the Thai monarchy. Other things you can criticize.
Good to know.
That was a really good one. Thank you for that, Skylar. That was a great one.
Yeah.
What other preparations? I could say bring a notebook. Bring a little notepad. Like me, I keep a little notepad here.
Don't take pictures of people without asking them.
Yeah, there's nothing on here.
True. Yeah, we will have like no camera stickers. Nice. Notepad's a great idea. We'll have no camera stickers available for people if they don't want photographies or photos of them.
What about for us? Like, I plan to come and up our video game a little bit. I got a GoPro camera that I like to say I'm going to use, but never know how. But like, this is one time I want to actually try to use it. So like, as someone who, podcasts, what should I do? What should I focus on? Like, what are things that I could do? Or just come record as much as I can, and then pass it to an editor and say, make it good.
Yeah. So we have we have like actually media passes and media tickets, and we have like an application form online. So any like other podcasters or anyone who else wants to come and film at Devcon, you should apply there. We can give out some media passes, and then that gives you access also to, we have a media room, like a little like interview backdrop and some setup there. Yeah. So I mean, I think there should be a lot of content, a lot of interesting people to be able to talk to there.
Oh yeah.
Sweet deal. Well, Corey, do we hit them with the trademark questions?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you start?
All right. This can be interpreted however you like, but is what you do hard?
No, I don't think so.
Nice.
Natan?
What about you, Natan?
I think it's we're like a job for passionates, and we love what we do, and we're very passionate about it. So no, I would not say hard. You know, a lot of work, but good work.
Yeah. Ask us again 1 week before Devcon.
And 1 week after as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me real quick. What do you say to all the people that are going to try to sneak in? Don't. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. don't. I mean, don't do it. I mean, yeah.
Please don't.
There's a lot of ways to get tickets. A lot of ways to get discount tickets and discounted tickets, and like, yeah, and the ticket prices also help us like cover the cost of the events. I mean, maybe something also nice to say is like, or important to say is that like we lose a lot of money on this event, right? Like this Ethereum Foundation is doing this event to give back to the ecosystem, to give back to the community. And so, yeah, ticket prices help us offset some of the cost of the event, but by no means are we like making money off of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had no expectation of that based on how much I know these things cost and how much you're making.
Yeah.
Oh,
you think Thailand's cheap until you try to go host like a 10,000 person.
Jesus Christ.
Like, never mind.
Real quick before we get to our other questions, perhaps another good PSA is keep your wits about you when it comes to there's scammers are afoot. We know they hover like flies. Keep your wits about you, even at the larger conferences. Like, I don't know, Corey, if you remember in ECC when we were in Paris, I was sitting down in the lobby of our hotel, and this guy walks up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, like, were you at ECC?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Hey, so I'm Vitalik's driver. Do you have a ticket that I can borrow?" And I was like, "Do you realize that's the shittiest ask of a scammer? You're Vitalik's driver, and you can't get in the event. Like, what? Like." So, anyways. Keep your wits about you, and if somebody approaches you like and just says some wild shit, just like walk away. Just be like, "Oh man, that's cool. Nice to meet you. I'm out." Right? That's it, right? But back to the trademark question. Sorry for that interruption, Corey.
Yeah. Is 10 words or less. What is Devcon?
Okay. Devcon is the Ethereum Developers Conference for anyone interested in frontier technology.
Oh, nailed it. 10.
Nice. Right. Oh, 11. Okay. That's on.
If we drop is.
There you go.
Yeah. Christian's telling us that was 11. Sorry. You don't lose anything. It's not like a game show or anything. What about you, Natan? And you can't just say ditto.
Because you'd fail too.
Ethereum, yeah, Devcon is the Ethereum conference for everyone.
That'll do. It's definitely under 10.
Yeah. Okay. And it's applicable. I think it applies for a lot of people.
Yeah, and like a nice just in case question we have is there anything that you wish we would have asked that we didn't?
No, I think we covered basically everything. Maybe just building on that last question or Natan's answer is like people think it's just for developers, this conference, and it is technical. There's a lot of technical content there, but it really is for a lot of different people of all different walks of life, all different industries and focuses. So yeah.
I would definitely mirror that, and I'm not getting paid to say that. Like, you could not go to a single talk and just talk to the people around you because everyone is very welcoming within the community, and when you go to these places, they want to talk to people and learn about what you're doing and embrace you with whatever skill set you currently have, regardless if you're a developer or what. So like, it is a friendly community, and wherever you're at, it's a good place to go to learn about what's going on.
Exactly. I would maybe add like like we've been waiting for this year for a long time. Like we've been waiting for these like layer 2 and scaling technologies to arrive. And I think this year at DevCon it will be the year where we'll see a lot of things happening like in the real world, and this is why we talked about that earlier. And you also mentioned that like when you go to these events, you realize the trends and what's happening. You get a feel of the status of the ecosystem, and I think I'm excited because we'll be amazed by the status of the ecosystem around DevCon, and we're gonna see a lot of cool stuff around layer 2s, real world applications, but many more. Like it's gonna be an exciting year for sure.
Awesome.
Well, thank you all very much for coming along and joining us, Skylar, Nathan. And we think it's going to be a really big success. It always is. We kind of feel you feel the energy in the room, so, and by the room, I mean mostly Twitter, because that's where everyone is. So, looking forward to it. Please give us the state of our podcast media application as soon as you can. That'd be great.
Yes.
And then, other than that, thank you both.
See you there.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you for having us. We're stoked to see you there, and good luck with your event the day before also.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
See you guys.